Aries, welcome to your winter solstice. What is your story? Tarot card reading. I'm Angeline. This is AngelineTarot.com. And the winter solstice is a really intense time of year because it's the time of year when the sun is at its most southerly point on the horizon. The days are really short. And in indigenous cultures, this is an extremely important time to have solstice and celebrations, or rather devotions to the sun, because it is beseeching the sun to return on its path more northerly on the horizon and make the days longer and give more warmth to our bodies and to our crops so that we can have life. So it's a time to take this time of darkness to look into the things that we most need to see and help bring the light out in ourselves for the new year. That's what we're going to do today. We'll look at your story and see what's something you should be focusing on now, or could be focusing on now, in order to bring more light into the new year for yourself. Here we have on display some lovely artwork that I have made. Huichol bead art is a traditional Mexican style of art that I make by pressing tiny glass beads into beeswax and pine pitch. And there's symbolism built into this art. The blue deer leads people to enlightenment by showing them the path to the peyote flower. The peyote flower brings people to enlightenment by helping people connect through the eye of God, through the portal through which the human meets the divine, into the realm of higher knowledge. The peyote flower brings enlightenment by helping people connect to higher sources of knowledge. This is a corn mother. She is bringing heat and abundance into the corn crops so that the people can have food and abundance. Therefore, she is a symbol of abundance. The owl is our messenger. And all of these are available right now in my Etsy shop. If you want to do some last minute Christmas shopping, all of these items and more can reach you by Christmas time. So take a look at my website, AngelineTarot.com. or to go directly to Etsy, etsy.com/shop/Eye of God Art. Remember, this is the Eye of God, the portal through which the human meets the divine. Etsy shop, Eye of God Art. Okay, so we'll clear away the angels for now, and we will keep our messenger owl and ask him to please bring us messages for our highest and greatest good. Help connect us to messages. Rather, he doesn't bring the messages, he's the messenger. All right, so Aries, what is your story? What is Aries' story that Aries needs to focus on? Be careful, do not take risks. You will receive a gift. You should accept valid criticism. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. I'm going to treat these as 4 separate messages. If they are all one message, you'll know that, and you'll be able to stitch them together after I clarify each of the parts. So be careful, do not take risks. The claw. What is this pertaining to for Aries? Aries, be careful, do not take risks. About what? What should Aries not take a risk about? It has to do with being part of something. It looks like this has to do with interpersonal relationships of some kind. Don't take risks when it comes to interpersonal relationships. By trying to get to this happy social place where you're celebrating with others, if you take a risk to do so, what could happen is you could end up being left out. you could end up being left with less abundance than you were going for. If you take the slow and steady course, follow the rules, just keep moving forward, maybe in a little bit of a boring way, toward your happiness, toward your celebration with others, it's much more likely to end up getting you where you want to be instead of trying to leapfrog some of the rules, because that can leave you out in the cold. You'll receive a gift. What is this gift? You're going to receive Aries. Oh. We'll take those. The Page of Wands. The Five of Wands. The Hierophant. Somebody's going to make a passionate offer to you, possibly some kind of new beginning. It's not going to sit right with you. It is a gift, so it's intended to be good, but it's going to take some negotiation. Vying for the top spot. You and somebody else are going to spar over this offer that's made to you. Because it's going to feel wrong. It's intended to be a gift, but it's going to feel wrong to you, and it will cause argument, which will be settled when all parties involved return back to the rules. Stick to the rules. Stick to the dictates of society. If this gift is somehow breaking a rule, it's intended as a gift, but if it's somehow against the order of things in the construct that you have all agreed to start with, which would actually constitute taking a risk to take this up, go back to the rules and do the rules. I really, really feel strongly it's related to this risk. This gift is related to this risk. Perhaps somebody's making you an offer that is outside the bounds of what society deems is okay. And you should not proceed. You should fight it. Do not proceed with risky action. Stick to the rules. It's what is going to bring you to the happiness. You're not going to get to happy by trying to take shortcuts. Stick to what you know is right about the rules. Do the rules, okay? Let's see, an example might be somebody gives you a gift. They want to take you on a 5-day vacation and you only have 3 days holiday pay or something. 3 days of allotted holiday time. So the person may say, come on, take this 5 days holiday and call in sick for the last 2 days. Well, you shouldn't do that. This is the cards saying don't do this thing, because somehow it's not going to pay off. Your boss is going to have a really big emergency and say, look, I'm so sorry. I know you're sick. I'm really, really sorry that you're sick. We really need you in here because the client showed up 2 days early and I need you to meet with them. And a lot rides on this. Please, you can go home right after the meeting, but you got to show up for at least this 1 hour of the meeting. You're the only one that can take care of it. And if you don't show up, if you're off in, Turks and Caicos or whatever, instead of, 20 minutes away from your office, you're not going to be able to get there. You're going to be called out, or either that or your boss is going to be very put out, and it's going to be no bueno, okay? You don't take the risk. Don't take the risk. Just do the rules. Say, thank you so much for the 5-day offer. I would love to go away with you, but it has to be for 3 days. It must. It must be only the 3 because I don't have 5. I'm doing the rules. Okay, I've said enough. I think I've made myself clear there. The Cup. You should accept valid criticism. What is the valid criticism going to be about for Aries? Page of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. Okay. If somebody who's offering you love, making you an offer of love, or offering something, it's an offer of love or affection of some kind, emotion, an offer of some kind of emotion, and they tell you you're being way too stingy with what you have to offer. If they tell you that you're being cheap, come on, let's go on this little vacation. Nope, I won't go because I only have 3 days and I don't want to take a 3-day vacation. I only want to take a 5-day vacation, which has to happen in a year. And they say, no, but please come for the 3 days or even a 1 day. No, it has to be my way or the highway. If the criticism of you is that, and it is valid, accept it and loosen up. Go ahead and be a little freer with your emotions as regards this person who's trying to make some kind of offer with you. It looks like you're being a little bit stubborn and stingy. They're calling you on it, and it is true. Accept the valid criticism and loosen up. It doesn't mean you need to break the rules. You can still be fun and light and happy and joyous and free, but as long as you're not breaking the rules. See, breaking the rules doesn't mean that you have to be stingy. You can still be warm while doing what you know to be right. You can still be warm. Okay, do the rules and still be warm. If the criticism of you is that you're not being warm and generous, do be warm and generous while still following the rules. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Okay, so it looks like if you just do the practical thing. I know, Aries, I know it's not that fun to do the practical thing. It's boring to do the practical thing sometimes, but it could actually lead you to the better situation for you. A new choice. What's this burden about? Defending your position, having something. Okay, if you can just make the choice to put up with this boring burden of just following the rules, defend your choice to do so, you will have a lot to harvest later. This is a situation where you give a 2-year-old one marshmallow right now and say, you can have this now, or you can wait 10 minutes to eat a marshmallow and I'll give you 2 marshmallows. The person with impulse control who loves marshmallows would say, okay, I'll sit here and stare at that marshmallow for 10 minutes, but I'm not going to eat it because in 10 minutes I'm going to get 2 marshmallows, and that is worth more. The payoff is I don't get it now, but I get more later. The person with no impulse control says, who cares about 2 later? I want 1 now and that's it. And then they only get 1 instead of 2. If you can delay your gratification, Aries, you're going to have more. You're going to have more. These situations that you're pondering right now, the things that are the situation that you really want to leap up and run after and do anything and pay any price for, it's not going to pay off if you do that. You have to delay the 1 marshmallow for the 2. You have to delay your gratification. You don't have to. No, you don't have to. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You do not have to. The cards are advising you to delay your gratification because a whole new thing is coming to you if you do a brand new start that gives you a lot more marshmallows. If you can just hold off and don't break the rules getting there, you're going to have more in the end. You'll have more to harvest. I hope this reading gave you some inspiration, Aries. I hope that it helped you in some way and gave you some things to think about to take into your new year for your highest and greatest good. Please visit me over at angelinetarot.com. Like, share, and subscribe. And I really appreciate your time and thank you for being here. Happy solstice season. I hope it's fruitful for you, and a happy new year.